I'm not ready. I am ready, but I'm not ready. There is a part of me that's really, really afraid that I'm going to do the same thing. Life is all about the unknown. We never say never, but I just can't imagine ever not using Scrivener. So yeah, it's going to be a good day. It's just going to be a long and very exhausting day. Welcome to a new vlog. Welcome if you're new here. Hi, I'm Andrea. I'm a full-time university writing instructor and a part-time content creator and indie author. Welcome back if you're one of my lovely returning friends. It is great to have you all here today. Welcome to the first day of the spring 2025 semester. I can't believe it. I mean, I can, but I can't. I'm not ready. I am ready, but I'm not ready. I feel like it's been a while, like, since I've been in like full-time teaching mode. Like, I do feel the distance between today and my last day on campus, but I don't feel like I've had that much time off, if that makes sense. I worked really far into December compared to normal, and I didn't start working again until January 7th, which was last Tuesday, but it's still... I mean, to be honest, even last Tuesday feels like 2 weeks ago, not just less than 1 week ago. But yeah, I don't know. I'm both ready and not ready. Part of me is ready to get back to work. I'm really excited to meet my students tomorrow. I'm really excited to meet them. But I also know that the spring semester does something really, really funny with time. And the spring semester, the first like month, like between now and mid-February, is going to go really slow. Like the first 3 to 4 weeks of the spring semester always feel like they kind of slowly tick by. And then it's usually just before my birthday at the end of February that it's like someone just turns the speed dial up and they start ticking by faster and faster. And then shortly after my birthday is usually spring break. And so it kind of feels like the first couple weeks, first like 3 weeks go by at a slow to like reasonable normal pace. But then I blink and it's spring break and I blink again and it's summer vacation. And while I am very much looking forward to summer break and being able to go back to focusing on writing and YouTube and stuff full-time, because those kind of become my full-time job during the summer, I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to the next 16 weeks just blowing past me. Like, I want these next 16 weeks to go by slowly, or at least at a normal pace, and be able to enjoy them and not feel like life is racing. And that's usually what happens during the spring semester. I feel like the fall semester goes by fast, but the spring semester goes by even faster. And yeah, I'm not ready for that. So I'm trying to be super intentional this semester and just really not pack so much into my schedule, but just try to avoid that feeling of every day is the same. I'm trying to put some more variety into my days and my weeks, and just trying to like really enjoy and observe every moment and not just feel like I blink and the day is gone. So we'll see if I can pull that off this semester. I'm usually not that successful at it, but I'm gonna try. So for this vlog, it's going to be a 2-day vlog. It's going to be 2 days in my life as full-time English faculty. Getting back to work like full-time here at my desk today. I've got lots of teaching admin and just little bits that need to be done. I definitely have some email I need to do, emails I need to respond to and stuff. So I've got all of that. and stuff to prepare for tomorrow. So today's going to be a work from home day, and then tomorrow we will go to campus, and I will take you all with me for the first day back in the classroom. So I teach on Tuesdays this semester. Last semester was Thursday. So I will also have office hours in the morning. So yeah, today I also need to get my bag packed, my teaching bag packed, everything ready to go, make sure my laptop's charged up for tomorrow, all of that sort of stuff. Print my rosters off. If not tonight, then first thing tomorrow morning, I'll print those. And yeah, I can't believe it's the new semester. Like, I feel like, I feel like it was just August and the fall semester was started. So I kind of struggle to like grasp that we literally are more than halfway through the 2024-2025 academic year. But we are, so moving forward. Today has been a slow day so far because there's not that much to do. Like, there's nothing to grade yet. I think my Canvas course should have, I think it went live on Friday. So far, and we'll see if there's any emails this morning. But so far, I haven't gotten any emails with the syllabus extra credit. That's usually my sign that Canvas is live. So I'm gonna have to check that, make sure that it has in fact gone live for my students. It's pretty quiet. There's not a whole lot to do today, so I wasn't rushing to get to my desk like right by 9 a.m. So I got up, I did some writing this morning before the sun came up, managed to get to 900 something words. My goal for today was 800 something, so met my goal, exceeded it slightly, so that's good. I'm gonna try to do some more writing later today, but I also have a vlog that I need to finish editing today, so I just thought, let me just get the writing done. And then if I can't do any writing later today, I know that I've met my goal for the day. So I did some pre-sunrise writing. Then at sunrise, I went for a hike. That was really lovely. And then I went to get the air checked in my tires, fill up my gas tank, and get a car wash. So my car is ready to like be back to the weekly commute. I'm not having to worry about any of that stuff. And then I swung by Press and got myself a coffee, and I just realized I forgot to get this decaf. So we are on full caffeine this morning, which is probably needed. I rarely do caffeine. I normally get decaf or make decaf at home, but every now and then I will let myself have caffeine, and I think today it's one of those days. So I think it was fate. It was meant to be that I forgot to order decaf. And then I came home and got myself showered and cleaned up after my hike. So now I am all cozy in my university sweatshirt, and I am kind of ready to get to work. So I need to get my work laptop out and get that turned on and connected to my external monitor. I'm gonna get logged in and check my email. Hopefully it's not too bad, and then we'll just see how the rest of today goes. It's not, I keep telling myself, it's not going to be that busy. This week is going to be fine because it's not going to be that busy. That is one of the things I love about my job. I feel like other jobs, you come back from break, you know, you come back from your time off or from the holidays, or you come back from a vacation or something, and you are dropped right back in at full speed in your office. My job is different. When a semester starts, there is this gradual easing in. I think by this time next week, it's going to feel a bit busy, but throughout this week, like each day is just going to be a little bit busier than the day before. Right now, the students haven't started working yet, so there's just going to be some random emails. Tomorrow, I will introduce things, and so tomorrow will be busy being on campus. Wednesday, there will start to be some little things that need to be graded, and there'll be some like general admin stuff, and then I think by Friday there'll be more stuff. Like Thursday and Friday there'll be more stuff to be graded, and then by next week we're kind of going to be up to cruising speed, more or less. So, but I can hear landscapers coming by, so on that note, on the sound of the leaf blowers returning, I'm going to stop talking and stop procrastinating, and I'm going to get to work for the day. 3 in the afternoon. I don't know how this happens sometimes. I have been mindful of my time. I just haven't been very mindful about the vlog. I've been very focused on doing what I need to do and trying to capture bits of that for you all. But yeah, I needed to update you all. So, afternoon, where are we at? It's been really lovely. It has. There's not much to do today. There really isn't. I wasn't feeling that hungry at lunchtime, but I still took a bit of a break to finish editing tomorrow's vlog. So that is now exported and ready. I think I have a thumbnail. I don't know what I want to do for the thumbnail. It's a tricky video. It's the one that went up just prior to this one. If you're watching this on the Monday that it goes up, it's the vlog that went up on Wednesday last week, and it's the one where I talked about how I'm putting my coaching business on pause and not recruiting new clients and focusing on truly being a part-time content creator and indie author. And as I was editing it, like in the vlog, I talk about being very nervous to talk about that. And as I was editing it, I was starting to process and realize why I was so nervous. I think I'll talk about this some more in a future video, but I think it's because ultimately I was admitting that I had kind of failed at my coaching business, that I hadn't made a success of it the way I had hoped. And there is a part of me that's really, really afraid that I'm going to do the same thing as far as being a vlogger and an indie author, and like letting those try to be my part-time job and like focusing on them in that way and being really focused on that. And I'm trying really hard to not be negative about it because I know that that doesn't help. If I sit here going, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail, then I probably will because I'm then spending more energy worried and scared about failing than I'm spending energy actually working towards those goals. So every time I have that feeling of this could not work out, this could all fall apart, I try to acknowledge, like, okay, yes, thanks for sharing. It's definitely a possibility, but there's a lot of other possibilities, and let's focus on those ones. I don't know, it's felt fine over the last few months that I've not been focusing on my coaching business and just focusing on Vlogmas and my book launch and all of that stuff. But now that you're all gonna know about it, or by the time this vlog goes up you will know about it, I don't know, it just feels weird. There are certain things that I'm usually like happier to just not talk about, and if they work out then I talk about it once it works out, and if it doesn't work out then no one ever has to know but me. But I do think this was worth talking about just because I think you all you're part of this channel, so you have a right to know in that respect. But also it just, I don't know, it's going to change things. And also I don't want to not say, I don't want to feel like I'm lying about having a coaching business and maintaining that if I'm not actually doing that, if that makes sense. Like, I do get comments a lot about how much I do and how do I do everything and how do I balance everything. And I want to make sure that I'm always very honest and transparent about how much exactly I'm balancing. And I think it's one reason why I never really did talk a whole lot about my coaching business, because behind the scenes I knew that like I was always struggling with it and always struggling to get it moving at the level that I wanted it to move at. And it was taking time, but it was taking more mental energy about thinking about things and making myself feel bad about things not progressing the way that I wanted. But it wasn't actually taking as much time in the day-to-day, if that makes sense. So I don't know, like when I made the decision to put it on pause, there was this immediate sense of relief. But then I very quickly got swept up in book launch plans, and then it felt like almost as soon as the book launch was done, I was spending all of November getting as much teaching work done as possible before Tamsin arrived. And then from Tamsin's arrival through to the end of the year, it was just her trip and all the traveling and fun stuff we were doing and Vlogmas and all the editing for Vlogmas. And so I've not been able to spend as much time on publishing and book marketing and YouTube stuff as I would like. And so it feels like these next few months are going to be like, this is where I really see what it's going to be like, because everything has slowed down as far as YouTube analytics, as far as book sales. Like the upswing I enjoyed from all the Tamsin visit content, from Vlogmas, from the book launch, as far as book sales. Like I will say, as of filming this on January 13th, book sales have slowed down, but page reads have held steady, if not. Can I see last month's? Yeah, as of January 13th, I am about 200 Kindle Unlimited pages below what December's monthly total was. So in the first 13 days, I've almost tied the total monthly number of page reads. So for some reason, January Kindle Unlimited is going pretty well for me. So yeah, it's just, as I was saying before I got distracted by page reads, a lot of things as far as YouTube and book sales and stuff have slowed down compared to the last few months of 2024. And that's normal. And I have to keep reminding myself that's normal. But it still is like, I've just announced it. Maybe I should have waited another month or two, and yeah, I don't know. But I would have nothing to upload Wednesday if I scrapped that vlog. So I'm just gonna put it out there that this is the decision I've made, and ultimately it's my life. It's my life, it's my success, it's my failure. Like whichever direction it goes, it doesn't have that big of an impact on any of you. And I think there's value in being willing to fail publicly. I feel like social media is so much about our successes and our wins, and almost everyone has a string of failures before they have a success. You know, that's kind of the thing. You get knocked down, you know, you fail 10 times, you succeed on the 11th, kind of a thing. So it's still nerve-wracking to put it up on the internet. But anyway, again, I choose to do this. It is what it is, but I'm very nervous. I'll be editing this vlog after I publish that vlog, and we'll see how it does. I love this. I love what I do. And I think teaching full-time and doing content creation and writing part-time, like that is my ideal situation. I just have to wait and see what happens. I think this is the other thing. My ADHD brain just wants stuff sorted out now. I just want to know right now, is this going to work out or not? I don't want to have to wait 3 or 4 months to see if this is going to work out. I just want to look into the future and see it works out. Okay, good. And then come back and like live through it all. The unknown I've never liked dealing with the unknown. I don't like the unknown. I don't like change. These are two things I know about me. And these are two things that nearly 44 years on this planet, I still struggle with constantly. But that's life. Life is all about the unknown. We don't know not even what tomorrow will bring. I don't even know what the next hour is going to bring. Someone could knock on my door in 30 minutes and change my life. It's not gonna happen, but it could. Like, we don't know. I could get a call from a family member that just changes something. Positive and negative. You know, change can happen in an instant, and our lives can take a complete left turn in ways that we don't expect. So, you know, the unknown, that is just part of life. Change is part of life as well. My life has gone in so many different directions and has changed so many times. My plan for life has changed so many times. I thought I was going to be an actor. Then I thought I was going to be a costume designer. Then I wanted to be a professor. Now, traditional academia, I don't know, like, I don't see myself making a long-term career in academia. I'm not ready to leave yet, but I don't see myself still doing what I'm doing when I'm 60 and like nearing retirement. Like, I just don't see that for me. I never expected YouTube, because YouTube wasn't a thing when I was growing up. And self-publishing, same thing. Like, I did dream about being a writer, but I always thought it would be traditional publishing, because until the Kindle came around, self-publishing was very difficult, very expensive, and rarely led to any kind of success. So, you know, almost everything in my life right now is not what I originally planned. I have been dealing with the unknown for the last 20 plus years of my like adult career years, and I've dealt with a lot of change, and I've been dealing with change ever since I was a little kid. Growing up in the military, you learn to adapt to change. The military teaches you about resilience and flexibility and adaptability. So yeah, anyway, I don't know what that ramble was about, but there you go. I don't know what to do next, because there really isn't that much teaching work left to do. But I've got my lesson plan notebook. I've got my notebook that will have all my rosters, my folder notebook. It's got 6 dividers and 6 different folders. And then I've got my teaching planner. So I will probably set this up tomorrow in my office as well. I'm not expecting to have a lot to do in my office. Continuing to set this stuff up and finish my lesson plan tomorrow will be good. But I think while I'm still at the desk, I will jot down my task list of what needs to be done tomorrow in class. And I've got 2 emails just popped up, including one that just popped up requesting a letter of recommendation. So I'm going to see what that is and maybe get that done. It's past 5 o'clock, so I need to stop and I need to go get dinner and get cozy on the couch. I do need to pack my work bag before I completely step away from the desk. I've got random piles of things waiting to be packed up, but I have just finished doing a rough sketch of the cover for Independent Hearts 4. It's very rough. It's very rough, but I also need to fill out my tracker. I have created a tracker for myself for over the next 6 weeks because that is how long it will be before my birthday, or the day before my birthday. I have set a goal of having the cover illustration done for the book by February 23rd, which is the day before my birthday. That's also the day I want to have the rough draft, the full first draft of the manuscript done. Basically, I've said if the cover illustration still isn't done by the time I finish the first draft, then I will not start editing until that cover illustration is done. And for the purposes of this, done is that I have a fully finished line illustration of the cover illustration, drawn, traced in black ink, and scanned and imported, not just to my computer, but imported into Photoshop. So that by the 23rd, or however long it takes me after that to get it done, all I'm doing at that point while I'm editing the book is coloring it in and finishing the digital illustration. So if you're new here, I do all of my own covers. I don't hire a cover designer. I wish I could. That's one thing I would love to outsource. I would love to be able to hire a cover designer. I would love to work with an editor. I think that would be interesting. And I would definitely love to hire a copy editor because I do not like copy editing. It's not my strong suit. I can do it just like I can do my covers, but I'm a writer. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not a copy editor. So while I can do those tasks, it takes me so much longer than it would someone who that is their main thing that they do. So I do my own covers. That's just where I'm at right now with my author career, my author business. And I hand illustrate the covers first. Then I trace over that illustration with black ink to have nice clean lines. And then I scan it and import it and lay it out. I will scan each element of the cover. So for example, with the most recent book, Forever Love London, the buildings in the background were one building. Then I made two duplicates of it, so I had it in triplicate, lined them up, and then merged that element to be one element. The taxi, the phone box, and Celeste, the main character, were also all separate elements. So I drew them all separately and then traced them separately and then added them in. So I had 4 different elements that I imported into Photoshop. Then I lay them out exactly where I want them, and then I can start coloring things in. So that's my process. It's not the best process. Other cover designers probably do things differently, but that's how I do it. So I want to have all the various elements. So like this one is probably going to have the main building, 2 side buildings, and 2 trees is what I'm seeing so far. So I want to get all of those drawn. So my plan is I'm probably going to need more time than this, honestly, but I'm going to start with this amount of time to begin with because I don't think it actually is going to take that long if I just sit down and work on it. So I'm hoping by telling myself 15 minutes per sketching session, and then hopefully 3 sketching sessions per week, which means I really just need 1 weekday session, and then I can do a little bit Saturday and a little bit Sunday. So 3 sketching sessions per week, and then that would mean I'm doing 45 minutes per week, and it's 4.5 hours. like now that I have the rough sketch done and I know what I'm working towards, if I sat down and just worked on it for 4.5 hours, I probably could get it done in that amount of time. But I like working on things in stages. I like being able to do a little bit, step aside, come back and look at it, do a little bit more, step away, come back, evaluate. It just, by the time I get to the finished sketch, I feel pretty good about it. Whereas if I were to just sit down and do it all in one go, I think I would then have a feeling of, is this really the sketch I want? Is this really how I want it to look? Yeah, but as I've been working on the book, because, oh, I also did some writing. So, writing update. I did 1,426 words today, which is pretty good. I will take it. I'm happy with that. And I am at 75,338 words. I'm very happy with that. So I feel pretty good about where the book is at the moment. And I think it was in my planner for January. I had set a goal of, I would like to be to 85,000 by the end of this month. That would mean that throughout February, from the 1st through the 23rd, I would just need to write 15,000 words to get to my goal, which if I'm doing at least 1,000 words a day, that would give me at least 1, if not 2 days off in February between the 1st and the 23rd, because 23 minus 15 gives me about a week. So that gives me a few days where I don't have to write. So I think that would make it all possible. So with what is left of this month, I basically just need 10 more thousand words, which I think is what I've done already in, let me look at this, because you can look at your writing history in Scrivener. Because I was doing it last night. So if you go to project in the top menu and then scroll down past show project target and statistics, there's writing history, and it pops up a box that gives you literally the complete writing history of your whole book. So I can see in November of 2024 I wrote 29,680 words. In October, I had only written 2,564, which is a lot more than I wrote in July. I wrote 6 words in July. February 2024, I had done 13,935. So far in January, I've done 11,482. So I definitely think it is possible, because we're not even quite halfway through January, that in the second half of January, I will get to 85,000, possibly farther, which would make February feel even easier. But yeah, the writing history on Scrivener is really cool because you can see day by day what you did, as well as the total for the month, which is really nice. But I think you have to open it up in Scrivener on a day. So like, I don't show anything for January 11th. I didn't do any work on the 11th. But on January 8th, I must have opened it because it just shows 0. I didn't do any writing, but I must have opened it for it to calculate 0. So yeah. Anyway, and it will tell you how many words you've written in the manuscript versus in other places. So that's kind of cool. Like today I wrote 43 words. Was it really? Yeah, I guess it was that much. In the book title section, I've got a working notes section for title ideas. I have an idea now, but it is kind of similar to some other titles out there. I don't want to give you too much of an idea of what this book is just yet. I probably will soon. But it would kind of be like, I have the bookshelf of possibilities. It would be if there was another book called The Tea Shop of Possibilities. So the focus, like the noun, the subject of the title is different, but the descriptor is the same, and I'm not sure if that's different enough for me, but this is the only book title I've come up with. That being said, I still have plenty of time, so something else might come up. I've also tried flipping the order So going back to the example, I could have done like possibilities in the bookshop, but in with book 4, there's also a book title that has also flipped the order of the subject and the descriptor. So I think they're different enough, and like as I'm searching my title, these other titles are coming up because they're the next closest thing in a Google search or in a search on Amazon. But I also still worry that if someone was then searching for my book title, these other books would pop up first because they're older and more established and have sold more copies. It's just something I have to think about when you're doing book titles. So anyway, I've still got time. Something else might come to me. But yeah, I did do a little bit of writing in that section. So yeah, the writing history. If you use Scrivener, check out the writing history feature because it's pretty cool. There's so many things in Scrivener. It's just, I feel like every month, like it's not every day, but like every now and then I just am like, oh, it does that too? I love it. You will, I mean, never say never, but I just can't imagine ever not using Scrivener. I really, really can't. But for now, I need to go sit down. I've had 2 blankets and a heating pad on my lap. My upper body feels nice and warm and toasty. My feet feel a little bit chilly, so I need to go get under the blankets on my couch, get a nice heartwarming bowl of soup and some sourdough bread for dinner, and just unplug, unwind, relax for the rest of the night, have an early night, get as much sleep as possible because I didn't get that much sleep last night, and then tomorrow we will go to campus for the first day of classes. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's that time. I'm excited to meet my students. I really am. I did print off my rosters today, so I've seen some of their pictures and stuff. They just look so young. They just look so young. Like, I know I'm the one getting older. The age of my students has stayed the same. I pretty much always teach 18 to 20-year-olds. So they aren't getting younger. I'm getting older, but they're so young. Anyway, I need to go. I will check with you all tomorrow, and I will take you with me for the first day of classes. I wasn't thinking about this, but I'm a little nervous to turn on the light in the car because then everyone will see that I'm vlogging in my car. So yeah, I apologize for the lighting. I have made it to campus. I was hoping to find a ground floor parking spot, but no such luck today. I get here at such an awkward time. Like, it's still early, so no one's leaving yet, but it's late enough in the morning that like all the ground floor is full. The second floor is still filling up. Like, there's still a lot of empty spaces here on the second floor. So I'm at least able to park at the end of the garage that will be closest to where I am walking back to the garage at the end of teaching. It's quite chilly out, hence the scarf. I've got a long sleeve t-shirt and a cardigan, and then I've wrapped a nice thick scarf. I brought mittens. I think I'm going to leave them in the car. I don't think I'm going to need them for walking to my building. And then it's going to be warmer by the time I go to my classroom. So it is 41 Fahrenheit, feels like 47, probably because of the sun being out. So yeah, by the time I'm walking to my classroom, it'll be about 55. By the time I'm walking back to my car, It'll be about 63. So I almost wore my trench coat because like I bought it for England, and then I think I literally only wore it once, maybe twice on that entire trip, because I wore it a couple times. I wore it once in London and once in Oxford, but it just was not cold that entire trip. Even the day I wore it in London, I didn't wear it because it was cold. I wore it because it was raining, and I thought that'd be the best rain protection I'd have. But yeah, so I've not worn it that much, but I feel like walking to my office is the only time it's like going to be cold enough to wear it. My office is not far from where I park. So it just felt like I'm just going to end up carrying it for the rest of the day, because I don't swing back by my office at the end of the day. So it's not like I could leave it there while I go teach. So yeah, I'm just bundled up in sweaters and scarves, and that should be plenty. So far this morning, I've just had a really quiet morning. What did I do? I woke up at 5:30. I did not sleep well. Last night and the night before last night, I did not sleep well. I'm having really weird stress dreams. Like in the dream, I'm in a stressful situation, and so I just wake up feeling stressed. And I don't know why, because I'm not nervous about today. I've done this a million times. 5 years as a TA, 6.5 as full-time faculty. So that's over 20 semesters. That's like 25 semesters or something. Plus the occasional summer class. So like, and I taught before I started my PhD. So I've literally probably done first day of classes at least 30 times. This is not my first rodeo. I know what I'm doing. So I'm not nervous. I haven't written out my lesson plan yet, but like the day one lesson plan is always the same. I could do today blindfolded with my hands tied behind my back. Like it's really not hard. So I'm not nervous. Like, if anything, I'm just tired. I'm really excited to meet my students. I really, really am. So I'm looking forward to that. But I'm also really looking forward to being able to drive home and just go relax for the rest of the evening. Because I know today is just going to be really long and really exhausting. Doing 3 day ones back to back to back. Because today is one of those days where I just do a lot of I'm not going to have a voice by the end of today. I'm not. It's a lot of talking. It's going through the syllabus. It's going through our Canvas course. It's answering questions. I think the only time I don't speak today is when the students are all introducing themselves. Other than that, it's all me. There's no point where I can other than the class introductions, where I can ask a question and throw it onto them like I can the rest of the semester. So day one, I'm never nervous about it, but I'm always just apprehensive about my energy levels and getting through the day. So yeah. Anyway, I have 5 minutes to get to my office, and this has been very bad lighting. I am a very bad vlogger for subjecting you to this, but this is really the only place and time that I can just chat to you before I get home. I didn't have time to do anything this morning. That's what I was starting to tell you. Woke up around 5:30, got myself ready, hair, makeup, everything, up to getting dressed, but I had my outfit all laid out. And then I went and got on the couch. I got some breakfast and sat down and read while I had a atmospheric YouTube video playing. So read for about 45 minutes, which was really nice, and just kind of relaxed. And then got up, finished getting my coffee together and my snacks for the day and all of that stuff. Threw my outfit on and got on the road. And now here we are. So yeah, it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a fun day. I'm very excited to meet my students. I think I'm going to see one of my office mates in the office at some point today during office hours. So I'm very excited to see them because I haven't seen them in forever. So yeah, it's going to be a good day. It's just going to be a long and very exhausting day, but it's gonna be fun. So I will take you all with me. I will show you as much of the day as I can, but it is hard to vlog going through a day on campus, which is why I don't normally vlog teaching days, but I will show you what I can, and we will see if I have a voice left to finish this vlog at the end of the day. It was a good day. That's what I'm going to focus on. It was a good day. I'm going to focus on that and not focus on how absolutely exhausted I am. I've turned the light on because there are fewer people in the parking garage at this point, and also I'm about to leave. So I figure even if someone does see me and think I'm a little bit weird for talking in my car, they won't remember me if they see me again next week. Whereas if someone saw me vlogging this morning and then saw me on campus today, I probably shouldn't feel awkward about that, but I would have felt awkward about that. Anyway, I am so exhausted, but it's been a really good, classes went well. The morning, literally like 30 seconds. Like as soon as I turned off the camera this morning and got out of my car, it kind of went downhill for a little bit. I won't lie. I had a bunch of stuff in the passenger side of my car, so I got out this side and walked around to get stuff out the other side because it was a little bit tight here in my parking space. And so I just thought it'd be easier to get my bag and my handbag out from the passenger seat if I do it from the passenger side. And I literally stabbed myself in my elbow, like back here. I'm probably going to wake up tomorrow just in absolute it doesn't feel great right here to begin with. So like right here above my elbow, I stabbed myself with the really sharp corner of my car door. Like I almost saw stars in that. Like it was such a shock, and in that moment it was just like, oh, that really hurts. That's not just like, oops, I bumped myself. That's like, that could leave a mark kind of a thing. It just hurts so bad. And I'm like, oh, I do not need to start this day walking to my office crying in pain because I've hurt myself. So that was not great. And then I had put my coffee in my really nice Ted Baker mug that like it's definitely leaked and there's nothing left in here. I had left this on the roof of my car while I was getting my bags out. I went to pick this up and realized there was like a ring on the bottom. Inside my car, it looks fine. Like it wasn't in the cup holder doing that, but just walking around my car with this in my hand and putting it on the roof, I'd shaken it up enough that some had leaked out, left a ring on the top of my newly washed car. And as I was walking to my office, it just kept leaking. So like I can't use this tumbler anymore. I'm going to have to just use it as a cup holder because it's really cute. It's really cute and beautiful, but it is useless as a coffee tumbler. So it was spilling and dripping all over my hands the whole walk to my office. Got to my office. One of my office mates, who I wasn't expecting to see, is there for the first 30 minutes. So we had a lovely chat. That was really nice. And then when I was alone in the office, I looked down at my shirt. I had spilled coffee on my shirt. So my shirt is now backwards. This is, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but this is, thank goodness it's a tagless t-shirt, but this is the back of my shirt because I literally had stains right down the middle of the front of the shirt. And I just thought, I cannot go in to the first day of classes with coffee stains on my t-shirt. That's just not okay. So I went into the ladies' room and just had the idea. I'm just like, let me just try. Let me just try flipping it backwards and see if that makes a difference. So I feel like I've been getting choked by the collar all afternoon because it definitely sits higher against my neck. But at least you couldn't see the coffee stains. So my cardigan covered those. I did have to take the cardigan off in one of the classrooms because it started getting a bit warm, and I just kept thinking, don't turn around, don't turn around, don't turn around. Today was one of those days where I really miss having long hair, because when my hair was longer, you know, when it came down to here, it would have covered that stain. I could have just strategically arranged the hair, but so yeah, spilled coffee down my shirt, had to flip my shirt around backwards. But then from then on, the day was fine. My other office mate arrived. We had a nice chat in the office and a catch up, and then we both leave to teach at the same time. So we walked towards our classrooms together. Then classes went really well. It is definitely exhausting, back to back to back. I would rather do that than having a break in between, because I like just going in, getting my energy ramped up to teaching level, teaching all 3 classes, and then kind of being able to let my energy just kind of crash at the end. When I have a break, I have done that, where I've done 2 classes and then taken a break and then gone to teach the 3rd one. And oh my God, it is just so hard to get back up to the right energy for that last class. So I'd rather do back to back to back, but I'm done. And this is part of the problem, I think, of what makes the semesters go by so quickly is like, I lose a day. Like Tuesday, whatever my teaching day is, I just feel like I lose that whole day because it's not that I black out because I'm fully aware of what's happening, but I'm in teacher mode and like I'm so in the zone. And then by the time I finally come out of the zone, the day is done. And like, it's 4:30. I'm gonna go to bed in like 3.5 hours, 5.5 hours. Like by the time I get home and take a shower and like get cleaned up, like it's gonna be like 6 o'clock, and I'm only gonna have a couple hours before I need to like start getting ready for bed. So I just feel like Tuesdays I have no time to do stuff. It's consumed entirely by teaching. But it seems like I've got some really good students. They all seem really nice. And then there's a few that are already like above and beyond. There was one girl in my first class. She was so sweet. She saw me in the hallway and she was just asking like, are you Dr. Severson? And am I in the right place? And I was telling her, yeah, you're in the right place. And then she looks down and she's like, I love your handbag, or something like that. Or like, that is an amazing handbag. I'm using my Islander Harris tweed satchel. I mean, number one way to make me like you is compliment my handbags. Like that's the easy way to make me like you. So she was very sweet. So there's a few students in each class that I'm already getting like a really good vibe off of. So I think it's going to be a good semester. I think it's going to be another good semester. I feel like I just keep getting really lucky, but I don't know. I'm now just sort of starting to wonder if it's just I know I get really good reviews and evals, and I know my students recommend me to their friends. So I do think part of it is just that I have a good reputation, and people want to take classes with me, and the really good students, the really nice, wonderful, fun students want to take classes with me. So I just get lucky, but maybe it's not entirely luck. So yeah, so I'm excited for this semester. I think it's going to be a good semester. I'm excited to get to know these students. I am in 3 different classrooms this semester. I do think that's going to kind of help. Part of me likes being in one classroom like last semester, because it means I can just go in and make myself comfortable, and then I get to really have a break in between classes. But I don't know, I feel like switching environments keeps my energy different. So we'll see. I'll probably get tired of having to switch classrooms within the next few weeks, but today it seemed to work. But I think I'm going to end this vlog here. I think I've talked enough in this vlog. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me for 2 days in my life as a full-time writing instructor and part-time content creator and indie author and everything that we were doing yesterday. If you enjoyed this vlog, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'd really appreciate both of those things. In the comments, let me know, are you back to school? If you work in education or if you are a student, are you officially back to school? I hope you're having a good start to the term. Or you can let me know, I don't know, I have no other question beyond that. Just let me know how your week is going. What's one fun thing you did this week that may or may not be school related? But yeah, I'm gonna get going. I'm not sure that I will vlog much the rest of the night, but if I manage to get any snippets, I will throw them on the end of this vlog here. But I'm just gonna drive back up to my side of town. I'm gonna stop at Chipotle, I think, and get myself some dinner. And then I'm gonna go home and crash and watch some really bad Bravo reality TV shows. I don't know what I have that I know I've got a few things I'm behind on, but literally that is all my brain can handle after a day of teaching, is just really bad, ridiculous reality TV. So that is my night sorted. But yeah, I'm gonna go now. So I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye.